Let's go at it. And I'm going to call to order the regularly scheduled meeting of the Ukiah Valley Sanitation District on Thursday, August 17th, 2017 at 5:32 p.m. Mr. District Manager, would you please call the roll?
Director McNerlin.
Present.
Director Page. Present. Director Marshall. Will be here. Director Sakowitz, not here. And Chair Ronco.
Present. Okay.
You have a quorum.
The first item on the agenda will be an amendment to the agenda. It's been requested by the district chair and the district manager that an item be added to tonight's agenda. Under Government Code 54954.2, paren B, and paren, an item can be added and action taken on an issue if there is a need to take immediate action and that need for action came to the attention of the local agency after the agenda was posted. The request to place the matter on the agenda must pass by 2/3 vote. In this case, the district received a letter from the attorney for the city of Ukiah today, August 17th, 2017, informing the district that the city council agreed to transfer $4,544,482 to the district, and as the district had requested in its lawsuit. The city attorney also requested that the city, the district chair or manager of the board send him a letter accepting the offer. In addition, the parties have previously entered into an agreement that the transfer, if approved by both government bodies, would need to be completed no later than August 30th. Is there any discussion regarding adding this item to the agenda? Chair would enter a motion.
Do we have to enter a motion to put that on the agenda? So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second to amend the agenda, add to this item. Any public comment? And those wishing to make public comment, we ask that you approach the podium and state your name for the record. We welcome participation in the board meetings, and comments shall be limited to so that everyone may be heard. The board limits testimony on matters to 3 minutes per person, not more than 10 minutes for the particular subject.
Where are we placing it on the agenda?
It will be on the agenda after closed session.
Follow item 6.
Okay.
Okay.
Member of the public wishing to make public comment? Seeing none, roll call vote, Mr. Pate?
Chair Ronco.
Aye.
Vice Chair Page. Aye. Director McNerlin.
Aye.
Motion carried. We will add that item to the agenda as after item number 6. As previously stated, the board welcomes participation in board meetings, and public expression is recognized. Comments shall be limited so that everyone may be heard. Any person wishing to speak during the public expression must approach the podium and state your name for the record. This item is limited to matters under the jurisdiction of the board which are not on the posted agenda, and items which have not already been considered by the board. The board limits testimony on matters not on the agenda to 3 minutes per person, and not more than 10 minutes for a particular subject at the discretion of the chair of the board. No action will be taken. Is there any member of the public wishing to make a public comment? Okay, seeing no one approach the podium, we will close public expression and move to item number 3, which is the notice public hearing of delinquent accounts. Mr. Tate has due the notice of delinquent been duly posted in the newspaper.
He has. And I believe that's in your packet.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And we now have a list as of close of business of the delinquent accounts, which is posted on the wall.
With including today's individuals who came in today and paid in full, that's been noted up on the list as well.
About how many people have paid since the notice went in the paper?
28.
28, so 28
I
Councilor.
think we
That's
had,
good.
in the last 2 days, we probably had 10. Probably had 10 in the last 2 days.
Okay.
Well, what we're going to do is, the overview is that as part of agenda item number 3, the board to collect the drinking sewer service charges via the tax rolls permitted by the State of California Health and Safety Code and pursuant to District Ordinances number 12 and 13, and the district's administrative procedures as adopted by the board. The purpose of tonight's meeting is to conduct a public hearing in accordance with the requirements of HSC Section 5473 et sec. To receive the report of the delinquent sewer service charges, to receive all written or objections or protests to the report, and to take actions to adopt, revise, change, reduce, or modify any charge or change or overrule any and all objections. And I'm now going to ask if there's any member of the public who wishes to make a objection or protest to the items contained in the delinquent report, which is now posted on the wall.
I have a question. Do we have a total dollar amount of what we're on?
We actually don't. It's actually just all listed at the very end. It doesn't total it all up completely.
We can surely provide that. We can do that ourselves, give the board a report.
I'm just
No
curious.
problem.
It's usually somewhere around 30,000, sometimes 20,000. I don't know, I was just curious.
Okay. So Chelsea will make a note and we'll provide that number to the board.
Or just next time, I hope we prepare this. Thanks.
Okay, no member of the public moving forward, and then close the public hearing and consider an action to adopt the current delinquent list and move the delinquent accounts to the tax roll as provided for in HSC section 5473.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion amongst the board? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? None. Motion carries. Adopted the delinquency roll, and you'll notice the auditor, the tax collector, so that those matters can be added to the tax roll. That moves us to item number 4, the consent calendar. This portion of the agenda contains items of district business that are considered routine and non-controversial. Are there any additions, deletions, or changes to the consent calendar?
Yes, not any additions or deletions, but some changes. As we reported at the last board meeting, we lost some significant data in our computer systems when we had the interruption of service last month. So we will provide the P&L statements and the check registers for July as soon as that data is recovered. That's why it was not in the packet. It also affects the QuickBooks program that's in our, that we do our billing as far as our checks and vendor payments. So that is being worked on as we speak, and as soon as we have that, we'll report those back to the board. Also, in addition to that, under approval of board meeting minutes under the consent calendar, that should be July 20th, not June 20th.
Mine does it. Oh. So we have a elimination of the reports of payments and modification to the date of the approval of board minutes. Any item requested to be removed for specific discussion by a board member? Any member of the public wishing to have an item pulled from the consent calendar for discussion and individual consideration? Seeing no one come forward, the chair would entertain a motion to approve the board minutes of the meeting of July 20th.
So So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. Opposed, none. Motion carries. We now have item number 5, general manager and staff reports.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the board, touching on an item that we just finished, which is related to the data recovery. The board gave me authorization to expend up to $5,000 for laptops and IT equipment. We spent about $2,500 to date. Those on laptops are on external hard drives, so that if this problem occurs again, we've at least got something in our backup and storage, which we did not have prior to this. So one of the challenges we face is the system we inherited uses, one of the computers in the office is also being used as the server. And, that's not a good practice, but that's what it was. So anyways, we're converting data over to those external hard drives, getting them off of those machines, and then if something happens with one of those machines, it doesn't affect our records. That's the update. We're probably still another 30 days away from completing that transition because the 2 old backup disks had not been managed for quite some time, so we're just bringing it all up to date.
Is anything on the cloud?
Nothing that I can find. Other related items, not to IT, but as far as general manager reports, Chairman Ronco and I have visited one of the banks. I have visited 3 of the banks that were considering transitioning from Bank of America. As you know, November 7th, they ceased to be in town. For anybody interested, they're going to keep active the ATMs, but who knows for how long that's going to be. So by November, I want to say the end of October, we need to be completely transitioned over to a new institution. All 3 of the financial institutions, RC, Redwood Credit Union, Savings Bank, and the new merged Community First and Mendo, basically all provide the same services, including financial investment services. Redwood has about twice the assets as Savings Bank, 2.1 billion to about 1.2 billion. The merged bank is significantly lower than that. So right now, Savings Bank looks like a pretty good choice, but Redwood would also be an option. I wouldn't consider Community First in the top selection. So anyways, Jim and I still have another visit to make, and we'll go ahead and start the process for transitioning from Bank of America. And that's just for our checking in a small deposit account. The larger accounts, of course, are held at the county. In addition to the bank, in addition to the IT, I want to give an update because we've had a flurry of project interest activity this week, including 6 projects that have either called us or met with us. Jim and I, Chairman Ronco and I had a meeting yesterday with one potential developer, and I think, Jim, that was Lover's Lane. 123 lots and 123 lots and 134 units proposed right now. Gardens Gate has been brought back up as far as interest. The county is in the process of dealing with a tax sale or a non-tax sale, depending on what the owner ends up wanting to do there. Vichy Springs Phase 2, Unit 2. County contacted me that they're interested in advancing that now to fruition, so I'll be working on that one. 2 that came in today. One is the reconfiguration of a place called Jim's Cycle, which they're on septic now and they're considering going to connection. So anyways, I just bring that up. And another one is at the PG&E site where they want to connect up, that they found out that the main there has been out of service for some time and capped. So I'm working through some of those comments that I got on the phone today. Anyways, then I got one just before the board meeting started, which is a proposed 6-pump service station at the 101 Market. So that just, I have no details, all I have is that just came. So that's my update, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Tate.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I know we have a long history of protests and appeals with Vichy Springs. What is Building 2, Unit 2? What are they doing there?
This is just Unit 2. It's already been approved. They have already purchased their sanitary sewer hookups, and the County of Mendocino is going through the last phase of verification that all the infrastructure has been installed in the project pursuant to conditions of approval, so that then once the county has confirmed that they've met the conditions, they will actually record the certification of occupancy.
Is Mr. Ashcroft increasing the number of hospitality units or increasing the number of baths? Something
This has nothing to do with anything proposed. This is already an approved.
already approved?
Already approved, and they've already purchased, they purchased the hookups back in 2005, 6, 7.
Yeah, it's just resurrecting a historical project that now they're ready to advance. At least that's my understanding.
Yeah, the county is going to accept the roads and the infrastructure. And that's what the question came from.
Thank you.
Okay, we move to item 5A, and we're down to item 5B, which is set the next regular meeting, which would be September 21st, 2017. And then what we would do is, based on the agenda, it says we're going to move to closed session, conference with legal counsel regarding existing litigation.
Can you put an agenda on the table for Keith?
At this point,
Yeah, it's right here.
I think we're going to need to clear the room.
Wait, question. That's for the regular meeting. We had talked about a special meeting on Tuesday, and just thought I would bring that up.
It's a regular meeting.
Yes, regular meeting.
So, we need to clear the room so we can have a closed session. We will be reporting out the action taken. In closed session this evening, the board discussed and agreed to accept the city's proposed partial settlement offer in the amount of $4,544,482 in partial settlement of the district's claim against the city, as is more particularly set forth in the document entitled Proposed Funds Transfer Agreement, dated August 14th, 2017, signed by its attorney, Duncan James, and city attorney, David Brookor, copies of which are available for the public. There's been a fair amount of criticism directed to the Ukiah Valley Sanitation District for its expenditures on attorneys and costs related to the claims against the city of Ukiah that are unwarranted and wasteful. But it is only due to these expenditures and excellent work by our attorneys made in the furtherance of the district's claims against the city that the district has been able to recover to date over $8.9 million in direct payments on the claims from the city of Ukiah. For the benefit of the district record, I would like to file with the clerk the documents, including the document entitled Proposed Funds Transfer Agreement, acknowledging each of the 3 separate payments by the city of Ukiah, which total $8,916,296.49. In order to accept the offer by the city, I would invite any member of the board to make a motion to accept the offer by means of adopting a resolution which has been drafted by our attorneys for that express purpose. And prior to the reading of the resolution by Mr. Losak, Mr. James will make a comment.
Just for the benefit of the board and members of the public who may not have a background in this case, I'd like to bring to your attention that back as far as September 9th of 2013, a claim was filed with the city of Ukiah alleging breach of contract and breach of fiduciary duties owed to the district by the city. In that claim, The Ukiah Valley Sanitation District sought damages in the amount of $15,991,772. As of today's date, with the acceptance of the city's offer, and upon receipt of the check for the most recent agreement, the city will have recovered 55.755% of the total amount alleged. That includes a check for $2,871,814.49 in October of 2013, $1,500,000 on April 16 of 2016, and by this agreement of August 14, 2017, an additional $4,544,482.
What was the total again, Duncan?
For the most recent one, the total overall.
Total overall?
Yeah, the total overall, $8,916,296.49.
Thank you.
Mr. Losak, would you please read the proposed resolution?
Proposed resolution 2017-01. Resolution of the Ukiah Valley Sanitation District Board of Directors accepting $4,544,482 from the City of Ukiah in connection with lawsuit entitled Ukiah Valley Sanitation District v. City of Ukiah, Sonoma County Superior Court, case number FCV 256737. Whereas on September 9, 2013, the Ukiah Valley Sanitation District filed a claim for damages in the amount of $15,991,772.28 against the City of Ukiah for breach of contract and breach of fiduciary duties owed to the district. And whereas on October 3, 2013, City paid District $2,871,814.49 in partial settlement of damage claims. And whereas on October 7, 2013, City rejected District's damage claim. Whereas on October 18, 2013, the District was forced to file a lawsuit against the City of Ukiah for, among other things, damages for the city's breach of contract and breach of fiduciary duties owed to the district after the city had rejected the district's claim despite its partial payment. And whereas on April 16, 2016, city paid district $1,500,000 in partial settlement of the district's damage claim. And whereas on August 16, 2017, the city offered to pay the district an additional $4,544,482 in connection with the reference lawsuit pursuant to the terms, recitals, and agreements of the proposed fund transfer agreement dated August 14, 2017. Now, therefore, be it hereby resolved as follows. The Board of Directors of the Ukiah Valley Sanitation District hereby accepts the offer transmitted to the Board by the City's Attorney on August 17, 2017, for the City of Ukiah to pay the district $4,544,482 in connection with the reference lawsuit pursuant to the terms, recitals, and agreements stated in the proposed funds transfer agreement dated August 14, 2017. 2. The Board of Directors of the Ukiah Valley Sanitation District hereby authorize the district manager, Joseph E. Tate, to send a letter to the City of Ukiah accepting the payment to the district in the amount of $4,544,482 made in connection with the reference lawsuit pursuant to the terms, recitals, and agreements stated in the proposed fund transfer agreement dated August 14, 2017, and to provide all necessary information to effectuate the transfer.
The resolution has been introduced.
We need a motion, Mr. Chairman?
We need a motion.
I so move to accept the resolution.
A second.
Before we vote, any members of the public wishing to make a public comment regarding this resolution? And if so, please step forward to the podium and announce your name. We Be advised that your time is limited to 3 minutes. As previously stated, however, you weren't here when we did that public
No, I
expression.
appreciate that very much, Chair. City Sen Document, City Manager for the City of Ukiah. It's unfortunate that we are here where we are today, that the district has continued its litigation in this and is approaching $4 million in that litigation. I believe that the information that's been transmitted or presented to the board or characterized by the attorneys in this resolution tonight is a mischaracterization. And I'm disappointed to see that the communications be presented in the manner that they've been presented. And we'll definitely provide additional response to the board regarding these communications in the upcoming days.
We have a motion and a second.
Discussion?
Discussion.
So I have 2 questions and a comment. So to our attorneys, this accepting this $4.5 million is without prejudice and without waiver to any other claim, is that correct?
Correct.
And to the city, I watched the entire city council meeting last night, and after your city council went into closed session, the camera was turned off and was not turned back on. In fact, did the city council vote to approve this payment?
Which I think is
Yes. Is that
over
correct?
to the board, Chair.
Please, Mr. San Giacomo, could you?
It wasn't televised.
Question?
Sure. We do televise after any type of report at a closed session. There was no report at a closed session with regards to these funds that are being requested by the district. As the previous funds requested, I believe it was $500,000 for administrative fees about a year and a half ago. If the city just receives direction from the district with regards to the funds from an appropriate person, then these funds would be transmitted. So
So in fact, the city council did vote.
there was no report at a closed session.
There was no report.
Yeah, there was no report at a closed session. So at this point, if the district in its resolution, when it says to accept, I would recommend that it directs its manager to request.
Thank you. So those are my 2 questions, and my comment is I want to applaud our attorneys. I think a 200% return on investment of the legal fees spent to date, which may yet be reimbursable to the district, was a good investment. I thank Duncan James and Doug Losak and their firm for their good work. Thank you.
I'd just like to bring up that representing the city of Ukiah, David Report, attorney for the city of Ukiah, has signed an agreement for the proposed fund transfer. So this isn't something we are doing unilaterally. We have been approached, and this has been signed by both attorneys. So we would like to thank the city for their cooperation and thank our attorneys for their good work. This all goes to the benefit of the ratepayers within the district. That every dime recovered from this lawsuit is for the ratepayers of this district because it is their money. This is money that belongs to the ratepayers that we are recovering on their behalf.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
if I may, I'd like to read to you into the record an email, today's date at 12:02 p.m. from David J. Report, who we know is the city attorney. Duncan / last night the city council instructed staff to transfer funds as stated in the proposed funds transfer agreement. Provided the city receives a request from the appropriate district official, open paren, general manager, board chair, closed paren, on district letterhead addressed to the city manager requesting the transfer and including any instructions concerning the transfer. Upon receipt of that request, the city will make the transfer in the amount stated in the proposed agreement and in accordance with district instructions by August 30th, period. The city council also instructed its attorneys to continue settlement discussions on the terms which were also recommended by Judge Sabella. And I won't go into the rest of it. Now, I would point out to the board that the reason why you got a resolution this time is when the prior settlement agreement was reached in response to a motion we had filed in court, then City Manager Jane Chambers insisted that we have a notarized copy of the minutes with the chairman's signature to prove that the board actually authorized the action. So, in order to make it real clear and not cause any delay, because you may recall that did cause a delay last time, we prepared a resolution for you for the chairman's signature this evening.
Point of order, Mr. James. This proposed funds transfer agreement says upon approval of the city council of Ukiah. And I think I just heard the city manager say that no action was taken, no action was reported out, and there was no approval by the city council.
I have no reason to disbelieve anything they report to me.
And just because it's not reported out doesn't mean that it's not an agreement to ratify this. Under the Brown Act, that is perfectly legal. I would like to make one additional point. Mr. Sangiacomo stated basically it sounded like that all the district had to do was ask for this funds and it would have been transferred anyways. The district, as you know, has asked for these funds for years and has been ignored.
Thank you, Mr. Do we have any more discussion?
Can I ask a question? Is it too late to ask a question? Okay. Hello, my name is Sharon Hunt, and I just have a general question. So if I understand this correctly, you have funds that goes into the city of Ukiah, correct? And this is from the rate payers where they pay their rates. And in the past, what you do, it's like a drawdown fund. Like I've worked for the county before, so I understand about drawdown funds. So do you draw the funds down to the district, or do they go to the county? How does that work?
We're talking about resolutions.
Yeah, in the resolution, the money's being transferred. I was wondering if it's going to
Transfer
go
from the city to the district.
to the district, so it doesn't go to the county fund, it goes to your own checking account?
It will go to the depository where the sanitation district funds are held.
Where they're held, like with the county trust fund?
Mr. Chairman, in response to it, number one, you don't have to answer questions from the public.
Oh,
But as a matter of courtesy, I'll point out that the district funds are held by the county of Mendocino
yeah,
under the control of the auditor and treasurer tax
yeah,
collector.
so it's really,
Or however they do it.
yeah, okay. That was my question. Thank you.
It's not our personal checking.
No,
accounts.
that's, well, that's my question.
No, we get a whole $25 a month to do this.
We're going to, once again, close the public expression. And is there any further discussion regarding the resolution? Mr. Tate, would you please take a roll call vote?
Director Marshall. Aye. Director McNair.
Aye.
Chairman Rocco.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Tate.
Aye.
Director Beckles.
Aye.
Unanimous, Mr. Chairman.
Resolution has been adopted unanimously. And that concludes the business for us. All right. And with that, we're going to adjourn the meeting.